Where is my danda?
शू सबके सामने नहीं बाबा.
When my mother was asking me this question, that what kind of a guy do you want? I want a guy who is hatke, and turns out I, meet a guy who's sitke, zara hatke. So,
What did you find hatke about me?
well, you were completely very unconventional. I would say love at first sight.
ये ऐसे डांस करती है और बिंदास होके हाउ कैन आई मैच अप टू हर सिंस आई एम सच अ बैड डांसर.
But you're a cool husband.
आई एक्चुअली टेल देम कि 5 साल रिसर्च किया मेरी वाइफ ने. Lot of people take much lesser time to get a product out. Why were you adamant and took so much time for this?
The perfumes that we have made is water-based. People who are allergic to perfumes, especially adults, have also accepted the perfume very well.
Which one do you think smell great on me?
Well, I think it'll be aqua blue. Chase your dreams, dare to stand out, and I'm sure that whatever you aspire to be or to have, it will happen.
आज एक अलग किस्म का पॉडकास्ट होने वाला है बिकॉज आई एम टॉकिंग टू द बॉस, entrepreneur, co-founder of Kaawaii Cosmetics, perfume for kids, but most importantly, my wife, Mrs. Neha Kannan. How are you, Neha?
Where is my danda?
शू सबके सामने नहीं बाबा. So listen, I want to talk to you about where you were, which is in Chennai, before getting married to me and coming to Mumbai.
Yeah.
Then how you started Kaawaii Cosmetics, everything. So do I have your permission to do it?
Yes. Only for today.
Only for today, हाँ? ठीक है, आज मैं बोलूँगा, हक से permission भी मिल गया. No, yeah, she makes me do whatever I feel like, and I love that. And makes me क्या यार? She just lets me be me. Tell me about your Chennai roots.
So I was born and brought up in Chennai. I was fortunate to, be in that culture of Chennai, which has so much history and so much grounding, which I got living and growing up there. And yeah, so Chennai has been a fabulous place, and that's where my heart is.
So you studied in Church Park.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was a girls only school.
Full on convent school, all girls. I happen to know his cousins who were in my school, one senior, one junior. I know them longer than I knew you. So, yeah.
So that means when I was dropping them as kids
Yeah.
in Church Park School in Chennai, you were inside studying.
Yeah. I was also being dropped by my parents. So, yeah.
So imagine,
Yeah.
little did I know that my would-be wife would be in that school where I was dropping my cousins who
Correct.
knew you.
Correct.
Did you always have this entrepreneurial mindset that I see now, and how?
So, well, I come from a business family. Though coming from a conservative Marwadi family, we were never allowed to, being the girls of the house in those days, we were never allowed to explore the angle of business or what work our parents do. It was more, we were more shielded and more guarded as kids. So now, but I know that I always had that, that kida that you have to do something. And I've always been the kind who wants to do offbeat things. In fact, when my mother was asking me this question, that what kind of a guy do you want? I said, I don't know, I want a guy who is hatke. And turns out I meet a guy who's sitke, zara hatke. So,
Oh, I like this. Sir, अभी बहुत सारी चीजें मैं पूछने वाला हूँ. What did you find hatke about me?
well, you were completely very unconventional, very different, and you had that that spunk in you, which really attracted me. and I'm sure you've seen the same with me as well. So yeah, it was, I would say, love at first sight.
Come on, सच में ये तो तुमने नहीं मुझे बोला. It was love at first sight, क्या?
Yeah,
Come
kind
on,
of.
yeah.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
How sweet, यार. मैं सबको बताता हूँ नेहा और मेरा actually arranged marriage है, हाँ?
Yeah.
So you want to tell them about that? How we were arranged
Well,
to get married?
it was more like where my two mothers, that is my mom and his mom, trying very hard to make sure that we get married, and they, of course, tell friends around ki ladka batao, ladki batao, that kind of a thing. So for us, what happened was I just happened to go for a wedding, and there was an auntie who recommended this media boy from Bombay. I was like, nahi hone wala hai, chhod do, no point. But moms being moms, they got excited, and she's like, dekh lo, kuch to hoga, kuch ho sakta hai. I said, theek hai, dekh lenge. Then one fine day, my mom said, ki, you're going to get a call. I said, oh, really? Okay. Ab boss serious hai, dekhna padega. So that's when our first conversation happened. Hum log baat karne lage, and then here we are. 10 years and going to be 11 now soon.
तो हम लोग के मम्मा के एक कॉमन फ्रेंड थी. She saw Neha at a wedding. She told my mother about you,
Yes.
your mother about me, and then पहले जैसे होता था पहले, I don't know, but at least with me, it was beautiful to see one profile popping up on my email with your bio data and your pictures, and I think the same happened with you also, ना? कि मेरा कुछ bio data
कुछ नहीं.
मेरा नहीं गया था क्या?
कुछ नहीं, बस I was just given the name.
Thank God biodata नहीं गया. कि 49.6% political
Fail.
science graduate. Fail नहीं, pass करो. What do you mean? Fail, I was 49.6.
Never attended, so forget anything else.
तो 49.6% political science graduate का profile गया, biodata जाता, तो would you have said yes or no to me?
Maybe not.
Serious क्या?
हाँ. वो तो देखा ही नहीं मैंने, कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ा. So I was bindas. I was very open-minded.
But that's one thing about you. You're always bindas. You're very open-minded. In fact, you're so open-minded that I really get inspired by you. I mean that. So open-minded. She doesn't judge anyone. She goes with the flow. And you're all heart.
Yes. That's what I try to be.
You are. You always. You genuinely mean that, yeah. Dil se. So, my biodata doesn't go to you, your biodata comes to me, and then we have our first conversation when I call you. And this I have to tell the people, theek hai? So I was doing a voiceover at ZTV in Worli, and I stayed on the Andheri West in Mumbai. So I was like, chalo yaar, ek phone karna hai. Now before that, my mother had told me that, listen, you got this biodata picture, have you called the girl up? And I said, I haven't. And my mother got upset. My mother said, listen, you told me, which means I told her, listen, now find me a girl and all, yeah. And she said, I found you someone great, but if it doesn't work, if you guys talk, you don't find some kind of synergy, bonding, then you can say no. But if you've not called, that's not right to the lady's family. That's completely wrong. So my mother said, you make that one call, uske baad, theek nahi laga, no problem. But it's unfair to the girl's side. So I sat after a very, very bad recording where some producer had really irritated me. And I sat down in the car and I was like, this, chalo phone ghumate. And I ghumaued the phone and I spoke to you for 1.5 hours.
Yes.
From Worli to Andheri West, where I wasn't on my best behavior. मैं अपने बेस्ट बिहेवियर में नहीं था, क्योंकि जब लोग पहली बार गर्ल को फोन करते थे, कहते हेलो ये वो करते, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. इनफैक्ट मैंने कहा यार रिकॉर्डिंग खराब था, ये वो. बट व्हाट आई फाउंड ब्यूटीफुल वाज दैट इवन दो आई वाजंट इन माय बेस्ट मूड, आई कुड स्टिल टॉक टू यू effortlessly for 1.5 hours. And that's when I said, wow yaar, I found a lady here who I don't need to be in my best mood, I don't need to project something, and I found it so easy to talk to you. And that's when our conversation started.
Yes.
उसके बाद क्या हुआ?
I think for us, we were more friends. हम लोग दोस्त की तरह बात कर रहे थे, and which was important for me. to kind of get to know your partner as a friend first, and then all the other things जो आते हैं, शादी, responsibilities, घर चलाना, और सब बाद में आता है. पहले friendship होना चाहिए, I think, between two people.
या तो मुझे भी यही लगा कि यार पहली बात कर रहा हूँ, but I could talk to you like I had known you for years, because I'd seen a lot of my boy friends, these boys who used to always try to impress the girl, and they used to say the right thing, do the right thing, behave in the right way, supposedly, what is right in conventional terms. And here I could just say, "Arey yaar, recording kharab tha. Arey yaar, ye tha," and we could talk. But then you jhadoed me once. You want to tell them about the jhadoing? No. Not actually jhadoing, but sunaya tumne.
Yeah, because I guess we were in that phase कि हमको, we Siddharth being Siddharth, always busy, always traveling, always working. Sorry, I'm complaining. But that was his life, which I never knew. मुझे कभी पता नहीं था कि what is the kind of life he leads. And especially as a girl who's getting to know, the guy who you want to marry, had no time. So he would never talk, he would not message. After 3-4 days, he'll call and say, "Acha, how are you?" I'm like, "Excuse me, 3 दिन हो गए, 4 दिन हो गए, no call, nothing." So I asked him frankly, ki, how much does this mean to you? And if you're really serious on getting married, then we should spend more time and get to know each other better. So I think that's what I said to you, right?
Yes, of course. मैंने झाड़ा तो नहीं, क्योंकि नेहा किसी को नहीं झाड़ सकती, जेन्युइनली बोल रहा हूँ. इसलिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरी वाइफ है, वाकई में मेरी दोस्त पहले है ये. And that's why we've kind of gone through 11 beautiful years. But what I say in my defense is that for me, my work till date is the center of my universe. Because I love my work as well. Families, of course, but my work and family is at par with each other, I love my work, I love my family, and I think both can be synchronized. तब मुझे realize हुआ, यार मैं 4-4 दिन बाद फोन कर रहा हूँ, and I talk like as if I've spoken to her every day, and it was not fair on the girl, and especially when you're staying in a different city, हम लोग रोज नहीं मिलते हैं, या ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग एक कॉलेज में पढ़ते हैं जो हर 2 दिन मिलते हैं, nothing like that. So that's when I realized that I have to end up calling her more often. But तब भी बड़े cool तरीके से इसने मुझे बोला, क्या what does this mean to you? And उसके बाद 3 महीने में engagement,
correct,
6 महीने में शादी, and here we are.
Absolutely.
है ना?
And with 2 lovely girls.
Yes, Adhira and Saisha. What I loved about you was the fact that हम लोग एक बार जा रहे थे to Lower Parel from Andheri West. That time you were not married. You had come to see me from Chennai. And then what happened when we went for the Armin van Buuren concert? I wanted you to tell all our viewers.
So I'm a big music fan. मुझे music बहुत पसंद है. And I saw a big poster saying Armin van Buuren, this big DJ who's playing in NSCI, right? So I said, let's go for it. I want to go for it, And Chennai में तो इतना सब होता नहीं है. तो Bombay is the hub for all the action. So, and then he very sweetly and used all his, contacts and network and everything and made sure that we went for it.
पर उसके बीच में एक छोटी सी चीज थी. So we were just driving to town from Andheri West to town, and suddenly she sees this hoarding at NSCI. She said, "I want to go." I mean, abhi, yeah, and we were not even dressed for the concert.
Yeah.
तो मैंने 1-2 फोन लगाया, invites हो गए, we went into Palladium, we bought clothes, we changed, and we went to the Armin van Buuren concert. And we enter the VIP zone, and suddenly हमारी मैडम जो है, she starts raging like pam 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 pam. मैंने कहा, यार this girl is fantastic. And I felt like a sidekick because you're raging. And I was like, okay. But I loved it. You were so free spirited, which you are till date. There's so much that I need to learn from you. And you were raging. And I could see that how you were smiling at people. People were smiling at you. In fact, people wanted to come and say hi to you. और यहाँ पे मैं सोच रहा था मैं बम्बई आया हूँ मैं शो ऑफ करूंगा कि मैं थोड़े लोगों को जानता हूँ and they were all coming close to you because you were so free spirit and people could sense that. That's मैंने कहा कि यार ये ऐसे डांस करती है और बिंदास होके how can I match up to her since I'm such a bad dancer?
But you're a cool husband.
Oh yeah, you really think I'm a cool husband?
Yeah.
कैसे?
Very. Well, you let me be. You let me do what I want to do. You encourage me, motivate me, and make me a better person. I mean, I would never think I would be sitting here in front of the camera and talking to you. So, this is a classic example.
Yeah, but that's because you bring those feelings out. You know, you're so empathetic towards people. You care for people. 11 साल में मैंने कभी नेहा को किसी के बारे में एक शब्द गलत बोलते हुए सुना नहीं. एक शब्द भी नहीं. इनफैक्ट कभी कभार टफ सिचुएशंस आते हैं मेरे वर्क लाइफ में भी तो मैं नेहा से एडवाइस लेता हूँ बिकॉज शी इज सो बैलेंस्ड इन हाउ शी अप्रोचेस टफ सिचुएशंस. इनफैक्ट यू आर better than me, far better than me in handling tough situations. लोगों को लगता कि यार ये मीडिया लड़का है, ये लड़की आई है चेन्नई से, you know, from a Marwadi family, which is such a beautiful family, but obviously a little conservative. And here you are, you handle situations so beautifully that now every time I get a tough situation, or I think it's tough, for her it's not tough. And then she advises me कि ऐसे handle करो, वैसे handle करो.
Yeah.
And that's why Kaawaii Cosmetics perfume for kids is here and it's already picked up so well.
Yes.
I really want to understand how you thought about Kaawaii Cosmetics.
So, well, this happened maybe 7 or 8 years back when we had our first child, that's Adhira. You know how as kids we love to go after our parents' things, you know. So a girl being girl, or even boys nowadays like to explore, right? So she went after my makeup and I was like, no, this is not good for you. This is not safe for you. Please do not use it because it has so many chemicals. And so I would go out to the market. I said, let me buy something that is safe for her. I wouldn't find anything that was really, you know, which was great in terms of quality. It might look nice and fancy, but the quality was really bad. So I said, you know, why not start something that is safe for children to use? And thanks to you being so encouraging and motivating, you were like, just go for it, you know. Whatever you want to do, just chase your dreams and make it happen. So I said, okay, so then let's, then I started doing my research. Since 5 years, I have been doing research on the brand, getting a lot of samples globally and testing them, you know, also to find the right kind of manufacturer took me a really long time because I wanted to ensure that there was somebody who was ethical in what they were doing. So luckily, I found someone who was, you know, good in terms of making sure that what they say is what they deliver. So
yeah, so then Kaawaii Cosmetics came into being.
Yeah.
But I also always used to wonder कि यार my wife, this lady, इतना research 5 साल.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But when I look back at it and when people who are trying your perfume, whether it's kids or grown-ups, they're all saying, wow, it smells so beautiful, it's so safe. And I actually tell them कि 5 साल research किया मेरी wife ने. A lot of people take much lesser time to get a product out. Why were you adamant and took so much time for this?
Well, it's a very different market. It's something new. There are not too many players in the market for children in terms of, there's a lot of skincare, but in terms of cosmetics, there are not too many people. So it took me some time, like I said, to find somebody who was really ethical, who understood my vision, who also wanted to make sure that it was absolutely safe. There are a lot of people who say that it is safe for kids, but it doesn't end up. I mean, even when I use those products, my skin reacts or my lips are burning, so then I'm like, no, this is not good at all. So to find that right person took some time. And thanks to Modi ji, I think Made in India, the manufacturing became much better, bigger in India. So there were more people accepting of, something new coming up. So the product is very proudly made in India.
ये
Yay.
अच्छा, but I want to know
Uh-huh.
कि safe शब्द जो आप यूज करती है किस तरीके से ये safe है?
So the perfumes that we have made is water-based. The main ingredient is alcohol, which is harmful to sensitive skin. I mean, it is harmful for adults as well. But for kids, because they have really thin skin, it is harmful for them. And so that is not there. It's alcohol-free. It's water-based completely, and it has vitamin E extracts. So we have, tried to make it as safe as possible for children to use. In fact, people who are allergic to perfumes, especially adults, have accepted accepted the perfume very well. So it has been, in fact, I came out in the market saying it is safe for children, but it is safe for everyone to use this perfume. So if anyone has any allergy towards breathing or mainly breathing, I would say, they have used it and they've told me that this is absolutely no reaction for them.
So I know that a lot of grown-ups have suddenly started ordering from us. We have our own website.
Yeah.
We're available on which other platforms?
We are available on Amazon, First Cry, and of course our website www.kaawaicosmetics.com.
Yeah. So I know, I mean, my friends who've been using it and people who've been ordering online, they're giving us feedback saying, yaar, mujhe allergy thi to perfumes.
Yes.
And now, thanks to Kaawaii Cosmetics, perfume for kids, I don't have any of that and I can finally start using perfumes as well.
Yeah.
How much of a role do parents and kids play in testing and approving your products?
So what I do is I collect, of course, I get samples from the manufacturer. I ensure that I have enough samples. First is it starts from home. I get my girls to try the perfume or any product. When they say, yes, mama, it's okay, it's fine, I like it, I don't like it, any changes needed. So I try to make those changes first and then give out the samples to their friends. And they also give me feedback. I incorporate all that changes into the product and then do my final sampling. So I ensure that family, friends give me feedback on the product and then, introduce it in the market.
I also want people to know that how you got this entrepreneurial mindset. I envy her so much because मैं गया था proper day school लखनऊ में with the boys, but then I meet your friends जिनके साथ आप hostel में पढ़ी थी in Manipal University, and I see how all of you are so daring, how you're so much into each other as friends despite staying in different countries after so many years because of the bond that you had in your hostel life, and how you are not scared to take risks. I think it comes from your hostel background. But I want you to run me through that how did that life in college, in Manipal University, hostel life, help you till here?
So I think as a person, I'm very bindas. I'm very free flowing. I'm a kind of person who goes with the flow. So for me, hostel, I love my hostel life. I lived for 4 years. I would do anything to go back to that life.
What do you mean, leave me and go to hostel life?
Yeah. Leave everything and go back and study again.
Forget studying, do not study. It's just being with those friends of yours,
Yeah.
hostel life, bindas life.
Bindas, no responsibilities, just chill and have fun.
Neha,
But
तूने कह दिया आज हाँ सबके सामने
बोल
you're
दिया,
leaving
सब
me
बोल
and
दिया.
you can leave that and go to hostel life.
Yeah.
हाँ, then
So basically, I did my hotel management, and like you said, like entrepreneurial skills was always there in the family. So in college as well, I used to do things, activities which were again very business-like, like I run my own art. I'm a little creative, right? So I had my own art club in college where I used to make products and sell them. And then, we being Marwadis, I think we're big foodies. So I used to love making chaat. So I used to have a chaat stall where make food and sell. So I've always had that in my genes to be creative and a little bit of a business mind. So that's how, I mean, we've always been in it. So that's how I started. And after getting married to you, I said, abhi kuch to karna hai, to do something more than what I'm already doing. So isliye and our kids being my inspiration, I said, let's start something that is, good for them.
you
And
also developed, I think, survival instinct staying in a hostel life.
yeah.
Does staying away from your family with friends empower you to be stronger and braver from within to take decisions which could be hatke and also to be a little fearless in life? Because as a business person, one has to be a little fearless in trying out new things, no?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think being on your own, being as an individual among people who you don't know, and it's always survival of the fittest, right? So, especially when you meet people in hostel with different backgrounds, you realize how blessed you are, firstly, and what solid background you come from. And it's very important to have your head on your shoulders, when you go and live in hostel. So having said that, I think that kind of also made me open my mind and explore more and be more adventurous. I'm a very adventurous person. So, and I think we have nothing to lose. So I always feel ki chase your dreams and, you can do it. So,
I must tell you how adventurous she is. Whenever we go for a holiday, even before we had kids, we would go for these trips and all the adventurous things like, jumping from on top of a mountain
yeah.
into the water with protection, of course, very safely, of course. But you would take the first steps. Saying, let's do this. And I would be like, whether it was, riding bikes on hills, up and down.
Or video games, playing video games. I would always beat him.
Yeah, whether it's playing video games or just trekking or doing the zip liners or bungee jumping or which is that thing jumping from the aeroplane?
Skydiving.
Skydiving. She would do it all. And I would be the one saying, okay, karna. And she would say, challo na, let's do it.
Yeah.
And she would do it so confidently. And you would do skydiving. And I was like, oh my God, main karu ki nahi? She said, come on here, come on, do it.
I think we live one life, so live to the fullest. Live for today because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and yeah, just be bindas and I wouldn't say always go with the flow, but have fun in whatever you're doing, and that's what makes you live a happy life.
In fact, one of your biggest achievements before marriage was when you were flown to Mexico for your achievements
Yeah.
because of the kind of sales records that you made pan India for JW Marriott.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
I want to know more about that. I feel very proud. Tell me.
So I was in sales, and we of course had targets which we had to achieve. We were a sales force of maybe 200, 250 people, and we were only four of us who were selected out of all of us who actually achieved our goals and even surpassed it. So I was blessed and grateful for achieving my goals, and I had the best trip of my life to Mexico, fully funded. It was called the Chairman's Circle, where we got awarded by Bill Marriott himself, his son, and everything was paid for. We were well taken care of, and I was like, wow, this is the best place to work in, is with the Marriott. So yeah, I've always had that skill of, I think, even talking to people and selling well, I guess.
No, actually, I'll tell you what I feel is, besides connecting with people, you connect with them on a very, very genuine level. You meet people for who they are, and that's why they connect with you genuinely. Whatever you do, you're very genuine about it. And that's why, whether it's my friends, whether it's my business associates, whether it's people who you just meet once, they all get attached to you, because people are desperately looking for genuine people. And there are very few genuine people like you. We go to a party, you talk to someone for 30 seconds, and next day they're calling you saying, Neha, meet, Neha, let's do this, Neha, let's do that. Because in this world where competition is so high, pressures are so high, to find someone like you who's so light in the head and who listens to people, they search for people like you. That's why wherever I go, all my friends become more friends of hers than mine.
Yeah.
Strangers who meet you at places feel your warmth and affection, and they want to befriend you. That's why, because you're very genuine. I think that's the whole thing.
I think also it comes from my upbringing, my parents. I think it's the way I have been brought up. It makes a lot of difference, right? So my father is very calm. Again, he used to work a lot, and my mom was the more outgoing, fun person. Not like my dad is boring, but there was a great balance, in the family, and we were. I mean, I also grew up in a joint family, so there was a lot of grounding that we got. So I'm blessed to be coming from Chennai, and from my parents who have brought me up so well.
No, absolutely. You've got the best of both the worlds. Your mother is so beautiful when it comes to connecting with people. Your home in Chennai is a house where everybody comes to eat, and your parents, your family take such good care of them. It could be college friends, it could be business friends, it could just be people who just land up at your door, and you'll feed them from the heart and do it so aesthetically, do it so beautifully, with so much grace. Everything is thought of in a detailed manner. The way you get into detailing and precision in not only in how you take care of your guests, but even in Kaawaii Cosmetics, I can see it. Everything you get into details. Here we have these 4 perfumes.
Yes.
Tell people about the fragrances that you've developed.
So I think we all, as when we were children or our children, connect to everything that parents do, right? So I try to, bring in fragrances that children are familiar with. They need to understand. I mean, they're very aware of, fragrances around them. So whatever their parents use I've tried to incorporate that into the perfumes that we have. So something like an aqua blue, which is very fresh, very aquatic kind of fragrance. That is our older daughter Adhira's favorite fragrance, is the blue perfume. So that's called aqua blue. And our younger one, Saisha, she loves the pink one because it's floral. So, it's pink as well, her favorite color. So we have these 2 fragrances, and then we have 2 more. One is a Timber Gold, which is a woody fragrance, musky and woody. And we have another one called Orange Blossom, which is citrusy in when you smell it. So all the 4 fragrances are fun, they're creative, and gives kids the confidence they need.
Which one do you think would smell great on me?
Well, I think it'll be aqua blue.
Ooh, so date night में aqua blue, हाँ?
Aqua blue, definitely.
But हमारा तो रोज date night होता है यार.
Yes.
So you had 4 fragrances for kids as well. Huh?
Yeah.
But I love these designs that you have on them. And also, where did you get the name Kaawaii from, yeah?
So kawaii in Japanese means cute. Right now, kids, what is trending is Japanese, Korean. So kids relate a lot to anything K-pop or Korean, right? And Japanese. So that's how the name Kawaii came about. When I was doing a little research, I said this would be like the perfect, name that kids would resonate with. So Kawaii meaning cute in Japanese. And we have created these cute characters, if you can see. This is like a boy, a cute Japanese kind of looking boy. And we have created also a girl like this, which are very cute icons that we have made for the perfumes, yes.
Now coming back to, again, our journey. Tamilian Brahmin boy,
Yeah.
Marwadi girl from Chennai. Were you ever apprehensive that kya hoga between us after getting married? Ki maybe 2 different cultures, or what was it?
No, I think I'm more Tamilian than you are.
That is true, huh? वो सच बात है, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you being a Tamil Brahmin boy never lived in the South, right? And me being Marwadi always lived in the South. So I didn't know anything else, right? So I think it was great because I knew the food, I knew the culture, the festivals, all of that. So for me, it was very easy to adapt marrying a Tamil Brahmin boy.
No, but also because your expertise in food and hospitality was great, you started doing pop-ups in
Yes.
Mumbai.
Correct.
And whichever restaurant you do a pop-up, it would be packed to the core. Not a single seat was empty. They were grandma's recipes, no?
Yeah, so what I love South Indian food. I think the day I got married and I came to your house, very sweetly, my mother-in-law, she made me Marwadi food. I said, no, I don't want Marwadi food. Get me the South Indian food, because living in Chennai, I think we eat more sambar, rasam, all of that more than our actual food. So I wanted to bring, and I've realized when, coming to Bombay, there are a lot of people in Bombay love South Indian food. And the food is not restricted to just idli, dosa, sambar, right? There's much more than that. So, and I was blessed and lucky for my mother-in-law to pass on some of her recipes to me. And I could, bring those flavors to people of Bombay. So I was blessed that way.
I truly believe that you should do more pop-ups. Because I remember we did a pop-up in WTF Versova, and we started at 11 o'clock. So a few people came in and they started eating the banana leaf, enjoying the food. A pop-up was supposed to be till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. और वही pop-up चला 6 बजे तक. Because word of mouth इतना strong हो गया कि लोग फोन करने लगे अपने दोस्तों को कि अच्छा ये हो रहा है WTF में, तेरे को सही authentic South Indian delicious food चाहिए तो आ जा. And I could see it at that point of time कि लोग मेरे सामने फोन करके आ रहे. And later on, we actually had a queue of people waiting outside the WTF main gate.
Yeah.
क्योंकि उनको wait करना था कि जब ये person अंदर खत्म करेगा मुझे एक सीट खाली मिलेगी and I'll come in.
Yeah.
So I think that is one thing you should continue. या वो थोड़ा बीच में रोक दिया. Obviously with a project like me, full time in your life, with kids, and of course Pink Parrot Kids which you started.
Yes.
वो क्या था?
So basically, I started the company in 2019. I had primarily started the company again was to start, cosmetics for kids. While I was doing my research and development, I was doing other sustainable products. I said, let me, start with something that is, we are all as parents looking for quality and sustainable products for our kids. So I, had these beautiful doodle products for children, which was again 100% cotton, and kids could, be very creative. And so I was doing that. I also wanted to create like a good database for my company when I started this perfumes. So Pink Parrot Kids again was coined by our older daughter, Adhira, where at that time her favorite color was pink and her favorite bird was parrot. And so that's how we came about with Pink Parrot Kids.
So Doodle Products, Pink Parrot Kids.
Yes.
Now Kaawaii Cosmetics, perfume for kids.
Yeah.
What is your mantra in life and mantra for success in your entrepreneurial world that you ventured in, and how?
So I would say is chase your dreams, dare to stand out, and I'm sure that whatever you aspire to be or to have, it will happen. Definitely.
How do you face challenges if it comes your way? I know you handle it very easy. You're so cool, calm, collected. But once it comes to you, the challenge, how do you view it?
So when I was doing research for Kaawaii Cosmetics, like I said, it was very challenging to find the right kind of manufacturer. There were many of them who told me that, "Arey, we will do it," but they never got back, or they said, we'll see. We don't know whether we can." So I said, doesn't matter if it's not you. I'm sure I will find somebody along the way who would want to, and would understand what I am looking at. So challenges are always there, in life, I would say, not only when you're working, even in your personal life, there would be. But that doesn't stop you from doing what you want, and you'll always find an alternative way of achieving what you want. So challenges are only going to make us better people.
Yeah, and there's always another way to get to that same place.
Yes.
If one is blocked now.
Correct.
Tell me, how do you handle your personal and professional life? Because you handle a lot for me too. I travel to some 20 cities a month. I do so many things, and you are my backbone.
Yeah.
And you really are. For my daughters, Adhira and Saisha, for our daughters, okay? Yes. And of course, I also love the way you do so many things for my parents, my father and my mother who are based in Bangalore. Anything that happens in that house, even if it's a small thing that's needed, takak, the phone goes to Neha. My mother says, categorically, you're the best thing ever to happen to our family. My father says that as well. They dote on you so much, which is unimaginable, because they say this girl does anything, everything for us, and does it from the heart. How do you manage all this together simultaneously?
I don't know. I think as women, we are just programmed to be like that. We are multitasked. We can multitask at the same time. Well, I try, and my work as well, I try to make sure that when the kids are back, I'm done with my work. And then, of course, with your schedule, luckily I have good support staff, especially you, who supports me in doing my work as well. So I try my best to do my best, and and I hope we all as a family are happy and living the dream.
Yes, we are. And we also live the dream, and we are happy because we know that how you are our backbone.
Yeah, and I'm
You're
blessed.
truly our backbone, and how the way you juggle so many things and don't even let anyone know that you're juggling so many things is so beautiful. And you're so, so humble. A lot of people, you meet them, they're tom-tom about so many things, and you achieve so much, and still you don't say a word that I've done this, I've done that as well. How much having kids in your life, your own kids, changed your perspective towards life after having Adira Saisha? did perspective towards life change?
Definitely. I mean, I think it's been a complete 360-degree shift. I think I've become more caring, more loving. Earlier, like I said, I was, when you're alone, you're just footloose and fancy, right? So, after having kids, the bond, I think the true love that you get is from your children. So, I think that is amazing and beautiful, which is, and no filter from them, So, how much ever you get angry on them, or you give them love, or you say things to them, they will always come and give you a hug and say, I love you. I think that's what is everything.
That's also because they understand, Neha, the way you are. I don't think you get angry on our kids. You explain to them beautifully. When they do something which is not right, or when they ask questions to you, you patiently answer that. You explain to them so beautifully where they've gone wrong. You make them analyze it also. You make them think on their own also. That's why they come and say, I love you to you. I've seen a lot of पेरेंट्स जो बहुत बहुत इतना डांटते हैं कि the kid just gets into a shell and they start fearing their parents. I don't think our kids fear you or me because we have open conversations about a lot of things now.
Well, yeah, I think kids these days are not, they're adults. We have to treat children like adults because they have their own viewpoint, they have their own, what they like, what they don't like. So it is very important as young parents to listen to our children and to get their ideas, what they are thinking, because at the end of the day, we are also learning from them. Earlier it was we had to listen to our parents. We just, we used to live in, sometimes we used to live in fear. We always had respect for our parents. But now we feel like, as new parents, they are our friends. Our kids are our friends. So if we live in an atmosphere where we are all friends, I think we're in a great space.
Yeah, I agree as well. Kids also have a great mind of their own, and we've got to respect that, and we've got to make them analyze it also. That what we are saying is not something that they follow it as an instruction.
Yeah.
They should be able to comprehend it, they should be able to understand it, and they should also come to a logical conclusion on their own. And it happens if you talk to them, na?
Correct.
When you came to our family, which is my amma, appa, me, did you notice a huge difference from the kind of upbringing you had, or was it similar? And how did you adapt to that also? And I really want to say this to all the women out there from the bottom of my heart, that how you all come to a new family, you take a new surname, you have new parents, and you imbibe such beautiful qualities from them, and also give great qualities to them as well. So how was that whole transition for you?
Well, I think it has been amazing. It's been very, very easy. I mean, I wouldn't even think that I was getting married, and because I came from a very conservative family, this was a complete opposite of that. I have the most bindas and most amazing in-laws. They are so carefree and very with it, So my mother-in-law always tells me that, she would give me clothes and she said, wear this skirt. I'm like, no, I can't wear that skirt because I'm not used to wearing a skirt. I've been brought up in a family where we have to wear full clothes all the time, So she was like, no, you will look nice in it. Go for it. I'm like, no, I won't be comfortable. So for me, it has been like a whole change, in terms of the mindset, very open-minded. My in-laws are very bindas and a lot of fun. So I absolutely enjoy, in their company. So, and it has been very welcoming coming into the Kannan family. So, yeah, and I absolutely love it.
Same here, yeah. You keep saying conservative family that you came from, but I don't think you're that conservative because I'll tell you why. Your father, uh, is a businessman who doesn't talk much, but he says one line and it makes so much of sense. And he's
Yeah.
got so much of empathy as well. Your mother has this beautiful ability to connect to people. She makes friends like this, which you have exactly. Your
Yeah.
sister Vashima, who's also into Reiki and
Yeah, and access, she does access bar healing. It's like an alternative healing to, other than Reiki and pranic healing. So she does that, and she does also jewelry. So yeah, I mean, by me saying that I come from a conservative family is when I have my grandmother, my dadi, who will say, "Beta 6 baj gaya, you cannot go out." I come from that background. So for me, getting married and coming here and moving to Bombay was a huge shift and a nice one.
And in fact, your grandmother too, when I entered your house, uh, I've been told that amongst all grandchildren, and what do you say? Son in laws, I'm probably the favorite on the list.
Favorite, yes. You're the coolest one also.
Oh, acha, when I look back, you've also had this strong sporting spirit. And that's the culture that I want to get into our team as well, the sporting. A lot of people talk about फैमिली है फैमिली है फैमिली है लोग जो आपके साथ काम करते हो फैमिली है बट फैमिली में अगर आप एक गलती करोगे दो गलती करोगे तीन गलती करोगे चार गलती करोगे पांच गलती करोगे तो लोग आपको माफ करते रहेंगे या नहीं माफ करेंगे बट स्पोर्टिंग मेंटालिटी वो होती है कि हमको हासिल करना है जीतना है हमको पाना है एंड ड्राइव होना चाहिए बिकॉज स्पोर्ट्समैन दे नेवर गिव अप you have that great sporting drive in you. And I love the way you've taken to sports as well and how you're doing such a great job when it comes to playing certain sports. I want you to tell all our friends about that.
So, when I was a kid, my father used to take me for tennis. And I used to, initially I was, hesitant, but I enjoyed playing it. But, when you're a kid, you try so many different things. But as I grew up, and I think we got so much into studies and, doing other things, I lost, lost playing any kind of sport in any way. But now, after getting married into a tennis family, I'm lucky that I get to play with my father-in-law. He coaches me very patiently, so which is nice. So I can, touch back on my and make my skills a little better. So that, and then I think after having kids, that motivation of playing sports has come even more. So I recently played throw ball, and then of course tennis once in a while I get to play. So it is very nice, and me being adventurous, I think helps as well, in trying new things.
एक चीज है वो जानबूझ के अंडर प्ले कर रही है पर मैं बता देता हूँ शी प्लेड क्रिकेट फॉर आवर डॉटर्स हाउस or class team.
Yeah, the school.
And she hit sixes out of the ground. She hit boundaries left, right, and center where all the male players in the team, because it was a combination ki
Fathers and mothers.
Fathers and mothers, where the mothers and fathers used to play, and our madam used to belt the ball outside.
Yeah.
And people used to say, Neha हमारी टीम में जिता देगी. It was unbelievable that you were playing with gents and you were playing with other mothers and you were hitting it so hard, the ball, that was effortless. मानो मारती थी और स्माइल करती थी. मानो बाएं हाथ का खेल है. And in throwball too, you won a trophy, yeah?
Yeah, we won.
And it was
yes.
a new sport for you.
Yes, I've never played throw ball, never played cricket. Only वो गली cricket खेलते थे ना when we were kids, वो खेला है. But yeah, like I said, I think it's our kids who also motivate you to, go beyond your comfort zone and try new things. So we learn a lot from our children.
Also, I believe that a lot of parents preach things to their kids, say yeah sports खेलो, ये करो वो करो, पर जब तक आप खुद ये सारी चीजें नहीं करते हो, your kids won't believe a word of what you say.
Yeah.
They've got to see you saying, my parents are talking about fitness to us. Are they working out themselves? Are my parents actually following what they say to us, which is, अच्छा play sport, जाके खेलो कूदो रन करो, खुद कर रहे हैं कि नहीं? So it's important for us to also do these things ourselves, and they
Yes.
follow it, right?
Yes.
And no other way for even us as parents and kids to learn how to accept defeat and overcome it and try new things than sports.
Correct.
There are some fun things that I want to ask you.
Okay.
चलो कोशिश करते हैं. All right. So here goes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself as wife, mother, or businesswoman?
How would I rate myself? 100 on 10.
All three में क्या?
All three, all three.
I agree. 100%. And all three are interlinked also, na?
Yeah.
Which one of our daughters is like you and who is like me? And let us tell them. Adhira is 9 years old, the elder one, and Saisha is 6 years old.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think Saisha is a lot like me and Adhira is a lot like you.
Yeah.
है ना? And why? बोलो.
Adhira is more therav like me, more very content, peaceful, very with her feelings. Whereas Saisha is the total, matlab out there, loud, fun, zingy. Not like Adhira is not fun, but Saisha is more talkative. बहुत बोलती है, खाना भी नहीं खाती है, but बोलती रहती है. So yeah, I think it's a lot like Saisha is like you and Adhira is like me.
Okay, what are the things I need to improve about myself according to you? बोल दो चलेगा.
Okay, where do I start?
Where do I start? Ayo.
First, stop being on the phone till 2 a.m. when you have a 4 a.m. flight.
Yeah.
Get more sleep. Get more fit. Work out. है ना?
Absolutely यार. इसलिए मैं अपनी टीम को एम्पावर कर रहा हूँ कि भाई मुझे थोड़ा वर्कआउट करने का टाइम दे दे.
हाँ.
ताकि और हो रहा है वो हो रहा है.
कैसे बेड में या फ्लाइट में? Forget bed, फ्लाइट में, because he spends more time on the flight, so you might as well work out in the flight.
अरे यार.
है ना?
And what are the positive changes you've noticed in me?
Positive.
देखो रिएक्शन देखो. अरे यार ये तो मेरा रोस्टिंग सेशन चल रहा है.
No. After becoming a father, you have,
You know what?
yeah, become more mellow in life. Yeah, and respect, and I would say empathy towards people has become much more sensitive. You were already very sensitive, but I think more sensitive towards your approach towards a lot of things, because what we, like you said, what we show our kids or what we are as people is what our children will be. So yeah.
वो तो मैं हुआ हूँ. That I agree.
Yeah.
I was always very empathetic to people, but I think it's become much more after Adhira Saisha, because मेरे अंदर एक feeling भी है कि I want Adhira Saisha when they go out, step out, I want people to say तेरा बाप अच्छा आदमी है यार. वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी है, And our kids are also very warm, affectionate. They're good kids.
Yeah.
In fact, I love the fact that हमारी बेटी Adhira जो 9 साल की है, she is the youngest primary PYP. क्या कहते हैं उसका?
Prefect. Primary years program.
Primary years program in a school. She's the youngest prefect ever, because she spoke her heart out on stage about why should she become a prefect.
Yeah.
And मुझे लगा कि बाप का कुछ ट्रेड तो आया, because she was so confident. She didn't look at a script. She didn't look at a single page, and she spoke. And I love the way even our younger one, they're winning back-to-back medals in everything that they do. But obviously we let them know कि जीतना ही हर कुछ नहीं होता है लाइफ में, हर कुछ चीज़ नहीं होता है लाइफ में. It's about participating, having fun.
Yeah.
But I see them winning a lot. But the beauty is that they're enjoying the process of winning, working hard on it, working smart on it.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud father, yaar.
Very proud father.
Where is Kaawaii Cosmetics headed to? What do you want to do with Kaawaii Cosmetics? We've just started with the perfume for kids. Where is it going?
Well, I have a lot of other exciting things coming up for Kaawaii Cosmetics. It is in research and research is already done, but the development phase. Should I say what I'm coming up with, or
Or just leave it to them?
leave it like a surprise?
Yes, lots of things coming up as well. What do you want to tell young entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs out there, people like you who don't have a godfather, who don't have a godmother? You and me are doing this together on our own.
Yes.
We've not taken any funding from anywhere. Whatever we've done, we're doing this together, but we're doing this from the heart.
Correct.
That's why you took 5 years to make Kaawaii Cosmetics perfume for kids.
Right.
Because I saw that your niyat was saaf. You wanted to do it as a mother. You could see that our kids wanted to use perfumes. They were using your makeup.
Right.
And you wanted to be safe for them. And I love and respect you for the fact that you gave 5 years of your life because you wanted to be honest to what you do. Because it was not a businesswoman who was thinking. I think it was a mother
yeah.
who was thinking for Kaawaii Cosmetics perfume for kids.
Correct. I think it's very gratifying when a lot of people, of course, are first time using our perfumes and they come back to us and they said, our son loves it, our daughter loves the perfume, and we want to get more. I think that is the most satisfying part of starting something that I started from, wanting to make a difference and to make sure that, people feel safe when they buy something like this. It's very important to look for products that are specially made for children, because there's a lot of thought, a lot of research that has gone into making it for them. So yeah, whatever we do from our heart.
So you were featured in 2024 as Exchange for Media Business World Disruptor for Kaawaii Cosmetics because
Right.
it's obviously one of its kind, these perfume for kids.
Yeah.
You also were featured as the Entrepreneur of the Month in Society magazine. They're
Yes.
big achievements, and I'm very, very proud of you for that.
I was also on ET Now for Leaders of Tomorrow, which was a feature for Children's Day for the changing market in the children's segment. So that was also an amazing, feature that I had.
So, with all these achievements coming your way, and with people like them supporting us, our viewers, well, you can buy the products on KaawaiiCosmetics.com, First Cry, Amazon. Of course, you can buy it on our YouTube channel as well. You'll see a thing that pops up here on the right-hand side.
There's
you
an
click
icon.
there, there's an icon. You click there, you can get onto the products right in our YouTube video too. What would be your biggest achievement in the future for Kaawaii Cosmetics? Which you say, if this happens, I'll be really proud of myself.
Well, I think, as a young entrepreneur, I would say is to get the recognition from, parents, from children who really enjoy and value what has gone into making a product like this. I think that'll be like the biggest achievement.
Yeah, I believe that too. I know you'll be very happy when parents, kids, all genuinely love, respect, value your product and
Yeah.
saying, this was a game changer in the world
Yeah.
of cosmetics, which made our lives much better
Yes.
and most importantly, safer as well.
Yes.
You do have one complaint with me that I didn't propose to you properly at all for
Yeah.
marriage.
He was
huh?
like, I'm going to tell my parents first. I'm like, okay.
I never proposed to you properly, na?
No.
Till date.
Till date.
Oh God. But I'm expressive, that you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
है ना? I tell you, I love you 10 times a day. And I'll
Yeah,
say
yeah.
again now, I love you, Neha. Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you.
I'm wishing from the bottom of my heart to all those women entrepreneurs, women like Neha, they do it on their own. They do it from the heart. They do it because they believe it'll be great for families. Support each other, women entrepreneurs, because you are one family, one parivar. And of course, everyone out there, here's to women entrepreneurs doing it on their own. And of course, with husbands like me, looking at them very proudly and standing by them, just give them wings to fly. Kaawaii Cosmetics perfume for kids, Neha Kannan. And this year, I will do one.
Siddharth Kannan.
Siddharth Kannan. And this year, I will do a proper proposal, okay?
Yeah, done.
Okay? I love you.
I'm waiting.
I love you. Bye.